Shout out to everybody. I do want to talk about this. So it looks like Cenk is having an issue with a fellow left-wing pundit. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to see what's going on in this conversation. Shout out to Pierce Morgan, man. Like I've been seeing some new content we may have to check out. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Let's hear what's going on. So Cenk is on this show. It's called I don't even know how she got this name to go through on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that. If you can see it, the room. I don't know how she did that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. But I want to hear the conversation that's going on. I heard Mark Lamont talking about a couple of things, but let's get into this argument. Shout out to Houston. I see you, a member on the channel. He said, what's good?
So that's what
what's
I
up?
mean
I'm
by
just a vet.
What? So what? Let's fight him on it. Like, there's no, see, that's partly what's wrong here, which is that we're thinking of them, us. And so if they're in the them, then we hate everything about
Her name is Francesca Fiorentini, I think it is.
Right? And what I'm saying is, no, we don't have to hate everything about him. All we have to say is, so I don't agree with Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah, I find it very, so, you know, Cenk is like, you know, like one of the commentators on TYT. And as we known, he's been extremely left-wing with his views on everything. But I think since he's been going on Pierce Morgan and debating on there, I think he's understanding like where the climate is and how people are thinking a little bit more, him being outside of his echo chamber, right? So I think what he's doing is he's trying to be a little bit more moderate in his viewpoints. And with doing that, he's actually upsetting, you know, some of his left-wing corresponders. You know what I mean? And just people in general that are on left wing, because they feel like, yo, you should just be all the way left. You shouldn't have any type of opinions that's, you know, reasonable. So let's listen to what he's saying. But shout out to Jay with the $10 donation. He said, shout out to you, bro.
On vaccines. So let's go. Let's fight him and show that he's wrong, right?
Sure.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
That's all right. I'm willing to give you that. Well, as we wrap, I do want to ask, do you think about how what you're doing reflects on TYT as a whole or on individual hosts at all? I personally feel implicated by a strategy.
What is she talking about, bro? Hey, nah, Francesca. She said, I personally feel implicated. Like, what is you saying, bro? Like, you see what I'm saying? He's got to be all the way far left for him to be good with them. Like, that's insanity, man. She funny, bro.
That I do disagree with, or do you think, well, I'm doing the right thing, so everything I do should reflect beautifully on everyone who works at TYT?
See, this is a way of getting me, like, saying, Cenk, you're out of bounds. So you're implicating
I'm not trying.
Strategy I don't agree with. Well, but what am I supposed to do? Not do the strategy I believe in because it might implicate people on the network?
I think I'm asking for empathy. I'm just asking for empathy, James.
She's asking for empathy, dog. Like, wait a minute, Francesca. What is you saying? I'm asking for empathy? Like, nah, what? Like, if you start making a little bit of sense, you start being moderate, you're not just a left wing, like super far left, not even reasonable. They don't feel like you're empathetic to their cause. Francesca is wild, bruh.
It's just being a little empathetic.
No, I don't think that's about empathy. I think what you guys are asking for, and this is why I'm not on the far left, is you're saying, since we don't agree with your strategy and your strategy implicates us, if you were empathetic and a good person, you wouldn't do your strategy. And I don't agree. I think my strategy is way better and will protect all of us much better. And so I'm not going to purposely do the wrong strategy because it implicates people on the far left. If you say, hey, I'm so implicated, I'm going to leave. This is unconscionable to me, as some did. Great. I got no problems with it. Everybody makes their own choices, but I'm not pushing anybody out. You get this. Everybody gets to stay. Everybody gets.
And I do feel like too, y'all. Like, what do y'all think? What's her name? Anna Kasparian, right? Anna Kasparian. She's becoming a little bit more moderate. She's getting away from being far left. I mean, you still got Ben. Is Ben still on there? I think because last time I checked, he was on there. He's like super far left. But Anna, she's starting to make a little bit more sense. You know what I mean? And then now you got Cenk. I think what they're doing is, like I said earlier, they're realizing like, yo, like these super left wing like stations are starting to lose viewership. Let's not go that route. Let's try to stay safe in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So we can still get our point across, but not scare off the viewers. You know, at the end of the day, this is all about ratings and viewership and you know what I mean? Views. That brings in the traction, it brings in the money. Sponsors going to see the views, they're going to pay you, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's trying to be safe. And then, you know, you don't want your voice to die out. And people just say, oh, you're extremely left. I can't even listen to you no more. You don't want that to happen, you know? So
have their own opinion. They get to have it passionately. They get to fight me on it. They get to fight everyone on it. They get to make their case. I can't do any better than being super open-minded and allowing everybody to make their case. If you say, Cenk, you shouldn't make your case because some of us feel implicated by it, well, that's your problem, not my problem.
So he just said his name. A lot of people get his name wrong. Even like hosts that he's like in debate, they call him Cenk. He said Cenk. I've been calling him Cenk the whole time, but his name is Cenk. Deontay Kennedy said Thug Life. He's a member on the channel. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, I mean, about that, I'm reminded of the book.
Michael Smithers says, how about Stephen A. Smith being red pill? I think Stephen A. Smith is a slithering slime ball, right? He's going to do anything he can to pander to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not conservatives, but liberals. That's what I think he's going to do. But I think he understands, just like I think Cenk is understanding and Anna is understanding. Your viewership could be affected by rolling with the left wing on this. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a little bit more moderate. You got to be like more midline. You can still say you liberal and do all of that, but don't get super radical. Don't support the super radical left, because that's going to be, you know, the death of your views. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about Stephen A. Smith and people like that, man.
I think his name is Michael Schneider.
Yeah, and then Time for Reaction or whatever said, Cenk been getting destroyed in debates consistently. He hasn't really performed well in debates, like leading up to the election. I don't think he performed well. One thing I was very interested in with Cenk, like when he did he did a blog on the TYT channel, and I'm very shocked that they allowed him to put this up. When Kamala Harris's, like, her poll numbers weren't as favorable as they were, and it was showing that, you know, Trump was about to take over and lead in the polls. He did a blog basically saying like, yo, like, this is bad news. This doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't good. Like, something needs to change. Like, the Democratic Party needs to, like, really get on her and figure things out. Like, because this is just terrible. Like, she's losing in the polls. And like, he was really speaking out on that, you know, on the TYT network. So I was very shocked to see that. You know, so, but, you know, he's still like super left, but I think he's starting to try to make a little bit more sense, Michael.
On tyranny. And he wrote, it's like 20 lessons from the 20th century about authoritarianism and fascism. And one of the things that has come to mind when you say, my strategy will protect us, is he has this chapter, I'm going to bring it up, the first part of it, called Do Not Obey in Advance. And he writes, most of the power of authoritarianism is freely given. In times like these, individuals think ahead about what a more repressive government will want and then offer themselves without being asked. A citizen who adapts in this way is teaching power what it can do. In other words, you don't have to do the sort of...
Yo, if a dude made a title like that, like, look what it's called, The Room. Like, if a dude made a YouTube channel like that, would it still be able to stay up? I'm wondering. 'Cause I cannot believe they let her get away with that. What y'all think? Do y'all think they would let a dude do that?
Crackdown on the left around speech because I'm going to do it for you, or you don't have to
But
come
I'm not
to me.
cracking down. Again, you're misstating it. I'm doing the exact opposite. You're cracking down by saying, Cenk, you're out of bounds. So you should stop.
I didn't.
She is funny, bro. She like, she is funny. She can't. She knows she can't even like really defend this. Like they're trying to shame Cenk into being super far left. This is what she's doing. And now he's experiencing what everybody else sees when they try to be reasonable. And she just look at her face. She knows she low-key wrong. You know what I'm saying? Look at her face when she starts talking.
He writes, most of the power of authoritarianism is freely given. In times like these, individuals think ahead about what a more repressive government will want and then offer themselves without being asked. A citizen who adapts in this way is teaching power what it can do. In other words, you don't have to do the sort of crackdown on the left around speech because I'm going to do it for you, or you don't have to come to me.
Down. Again, you're misstating it. I'm doing the exact opposite. You're cracking down by saying, Cenk, you're out of bounds. So you should stop
I didn't,
your stupid opinion.
So
and because you're implicating me.
I feel like there's a real,
that's what you're saying.
Cenk, I feel like there's a real misunderstanding of power in your mind. And I don't know why.
I think you're hiding behind this power dynamic.
No, I'm being totally honest. I am a contributor to TYT that I go on every time you guys ask. I step in a pinch often. Sometimes I don't.
You do.
I've been asked less and less as of late. Jordan has sort of eclipsed me. It's fine. I don't give a shit. But like I am but a mere contributor.
But if you didn't care, you wouldn't have said that Jordan eclipsed you. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would she even say that? Like, you know, you're about to get like over 100,000 views saying this. Like, why say that? Y'all hit the like button if y'all can. I don't know, man.
Very little money from this show. I'm really grateful to the people who support it. Again, you have founded the TYT. You've been the head of TYT. You're one of a stalwart in broader progressive left of center media discussions. What you do is far more impactful than what I do. I'm just being honest with you.
Okay.
You have a huge footprint. You have
it's a good thing I have the right strategy.
And when you go,
you see what I'm saying? He's saying I've got the right strategy. Like, I think he's Cenk is really thinking this out. Like, yo, I can't just be super left wing. That's not the right strategy to do. Like, look what's going on in the media. That guy said Chino doesn't make sense because his definition of establishment and reasoning for change differs from the far right. Like, what do you mean, him? Like, not we understand. Like, these are left wing, pundits. Like, they're left wing. They're not right at all. Like, right leaning in any type of way. Like, they're super left. So, I mean, he's trying to maintain his left wing audience, but makes sense to the general public. Like, the general public are the ones that voted for. Oh, you said Sino. Okay, all right. But yeah, but the general public are the ones that voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's a popular vote, so he's just trying to make sure he stays. You know what I'm saying? Reasonable.
On shows, and you go on stages.
He said Cenk, yeah, Cenk. His name is Cenk. You know.
And with Charlie Kirk, it looks like an apology tour. You implicate not just everyone who's worked with you and everyone who is ostensibly on your side.
You said not recently. Him and Anna are in ED with the right today.
But it basically makes it seem like it cheapens everything that we've done and we've built. That's why
it cheapens everything that we done and we built. What, Francesca? What is you saying? Thug like, what is she saying, y'all? Hit the like button. Hit the likes. Double tap the screen. Also, like all the emojis and everything. I can see if you're doing it on this end. Hit the emojis. Stop playing. What is she talking about? Like, it's cheapening everything they've done on the left. Like, she knows she can't believe what she's saying right now.
You're one of like a stalwart in broader progressive left of center media discussions, like what you do.
People in the comments section are saying, quit TYT, Francesca.
Is far more impactful than what I do.
Somebody in her comment section said, Cenk, you are being verbally abused. Like, what? Yo, I'm not, like, he is super reasonable. Let me show y'all this comment, bro. In her comment section, they are bugged out, man. Let me show you this. Let's see if I can move this screen. I don't know if you can see that. Somebody literally, and they've got that green emoji right here. Cenk, you're being verbally abused. Like, what? And this person paid to say that. Unbelievable, man. This is literally crazy. Yeah, Cenk, you've been dealing with some wild people over there. Now you see how they can get, man.
I'm just being honest with you. Like, you have a huge footprint.
It's a good thing I have the right strategy.
And when you go on shows, and you go on stages, again with Charlie Kirk, it looks like an apology tour. You implicate not just everyone who's worked with you and everyone who is ostensibly on your side.
Yo, what?
But it basically makes it seem like it cheapens everything that we've done and we've built. That's why I can't sleep at night. That's why I feel sick when I see you on these shows. Like, I'm just being,
that's why I can't sleep at night. That's why I feel sick when I see you on these shows. No, she did not just say that, bro. Did she really say that?
Everyone who's worked with you and everyone who is ostensibly on your side. But it basically makes it seem like it cheapens everything that we've done and we've built. That's why I can't sleep at night. That's why I feel sick when I see you on these shows. Like, I'm just being, I guess I'm nuts. I guess I'm totally crazy and I should just trust you and say, yes.
Her comment section said, Francesca is correct. Hey, they don't care about the truth, man. They don't care. This is very interesting. Francesca, you funny. You know, hey, the looks on her face, she knows she wildin'.
You're doing the right thing. You're protecting us.
No, you don't have to say
all
that.
I'm doing is I'm filled with absolute despondency, like truly. And I can't believe that a guy who I used to admire and who I thought had a lot of fight is trying to scratch the back of people who absolutely would never do the same for them.
So we just spent an hour and a half me explaining how I'm not scratching their back. I'm trying to get
but I can show you more clips,
to agree
man.
with us on things we believe in and we've always believed in. And you go back to scratching their back.
At least the trains will run on time.
No. So let's end on this because this is monumentally important. So I say everybody's allowed to have their opinion. You say when I have my opinion, I'm hurting other people. But that's, do you, hold on.
You're hurting a broader movement, yeah.
Hold on. Do you not get that privileges your position? And says my position is obviously the correct one and the moral one. And since you have the incorrect immoral one, you are implicating me in your immorality and your wrongness. So you really shouldn't do that because that's being immoral to me and other people who agree with me. Because since you're so obviously wrong and immoral about this, You're implicating me in your immorality.
With great power comes great responsibility. That's what I'm saying.
It is definitely the correct position.
I'm saying with great power comes great
Hey, Richard Mitchell said, "You are sick." He's a member on the channel. Shout out to him. Rachel said, Cenk lost it. What do you mean, Rachel? Rachel Rampage, what do you mean in the comment section that he lost it? What do you mean by that?
Says my position is obviously the correct one and the moral one. And since you have the incorrect, incorrect immoral one, you are implicating me in your immorality and your wrongness. So you really shouldn't do that, because that's being immoral to me and other people who agree with me. Because since you're so obviously wrong and immoral about this, you're implicating me in your immorality.
With great power comes great responsibility. That's what I'm saying.
It is definitely the correct position.
I'm saying with great power comes great responsibility. I'm giving you.
So accepting, but you've gone off the reservation and you've gone rogue, Cenk. So now it is your fault for implicating the beloved far left.
She is funny, bruh. Like, she knows, man. She knows she be capping, man. That's why I like her, man, because she funny, man. You could tell, like, she don't have, like, a good poker face. Like, so you know, like, when she's spewing that, like, nonsense, she's got the face that tells on herself. Like, she knows. She funny, man. Joshua said, Cenk lost it. And then Joshua, hold on. Rachel said, Cenk lost it. Joshua said, from Birmingham. You mess with the hoodie. Timu. Red Pill said, I can tell you right now that the chick is a complete 100% wacko. And then Ready Set So Free said, she basically said, everyone has the right to an opinion except for the person with the platform that I disagree with. That's what she's saying. And then Think MAGA TV said, she is a dingbat. Yeah, they're trying to shame him and like put him in line, get him like back in line, because Cenk is kind of gone rogue a little bit in their minds.
Says my position is obviously the correct one and the moral one. And since you have the incorrect, immoral one, you are implicating me in your immorality and your wrongness. So you really shouldn't do that, because that's being immoral to me and other people who agree with me.
What is she like? Is she like Native American or something? Like, what is she? Is she like mixed with something? Like, I don't know. I can't figure out what she is. Red Pill says, did she just quote some Spider-Man stuff? I don't know, man. He said, what is she even doing having a platform at all? Like, why at all? Bro, if they can find somebody to just be super far left that's young, and she seemed like LG, I don't want to say, you know, the LG and all that, you know what I'm saying? She seemed like she might be one of them. So if they can find a person that's got the equipment, she got like a Shure SM7B, she got a mic, she got a nice camera, she's articulate. And if they can find somebody to represent the left wing ideals, they're gonna run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, come on to TYT and all of that. Rachel said, if he want to be right wing, just admit to us he's MAGA now. Hey, Rachel, are you left wing? Richard Copeland said she's half Italian and half Argentinian. Oh, okay. She not bad looking at all. Like, she looked pretty good, like, to be real.
Because since you're so obviously wrong and immoral about this, you're implicating me in your immorality.
With great power comes great responsibility. That's what I'm saying.
It is definitely the correct position.
I'm saying with great power comes great responsibility. I'm giving you.
So accepting, but you've gone off the reservation and you've gone.
Let's read about her a little bit. She's kind of fine. I ain't gonna even lie. Let's see. Let's check Wikipedia. Sometimes they got some good information. We don't know. It says Fiorentini is a second-generation American daughter of immigrants. Her mother is Chinese and her father is Italian. So you tricked me, bro. She grew up in Palo Alto, California, and graduated from Mineo Atherton High School in 2001. From 2001 to 2005, so she is a second generation American daughter of an immigrant. Yo, so they gon' run with her. Yeah, Rachel said Italian. Yeah, huh. So it says career. Fiorentini began her journalist work in 2004 with War Resisters League and Left Turn. From 2013 to 2019, Fiorentini was a host and senior producer at AJ Plus, the digital media outlet of Al Jazeera. She was the host of AJ Plus show News Broke. The channel presented comedic spins on current events. That's probably why she laughs so much, like when she when she know like she says so crazy, because she got that comedic spin, right? She said, with the focus on outreach to younger audiences, the program covered both current events as well as larger issues such as white fragility, labor unionism, toxic masculinity, George Soros, and gun control. News Broke was short-listed for an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Short Form Variety Series in 2018. The program was discontinued during June 2018, so they probably didn't make a lot of money. Since 2016, Fiorentini has appeared on a progressive network, The Young Turks, as a guest and contributor. So she does have like a history of journalism and whatever. Says she is one of the hosts of The Young Turks show, The Damage Report, hosted by Joan Lindarlo. And it says, in December 2019, Fiorentini hosted the special Red, White, and Who on MSNBC, discussing the state of healthcare in the United States and the importance of healthcare to American voters beyond the partisan divide. The program traveled to the states of New York, Texas, and Utah to talk to voters and feature interviews with political figures such as Senator Ben Bernanke. I'm sorry, I said Ben Bernanke. Senator Bernie Sanders. Fiorentini concluded in the program that healthcare in America is often overpriced and even dysfunctional, but it's the lack of transparency that can be the most insidious. You know, so shout out to her, and it's got all the references right there. But who knows, man? Wikipedia be off sometime. Says she is a comedian, Rachel said. Okay. And then I'm Just a Vet is a member on the channel. Shout out to him. He said she fine, but she needs to jump on the MAGA bandwagon. Yeah, she is good looking. I ain't gonna even lie. Red Pill said she's the most unfunniest comedian ever. I don't know like her previous material, but she making me laugh. Like, she not trying to, but she making me laugh, bro. And then Think MAGA TV says she needs to worry about controlling her own guns. Foreigners come here and want to affect our gun rights. Exactly. Yeah, she's a second generation, so she may be, this is gonna sound messed up, like an anchor baby. You know, people come in here like immigrants coming over here, or maybe they came here legally. You know what I'm saying? If they came here legally, then she good. But if they came over here just to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they exist. Thug life, they do. You know what I mean? So whatever. Red Pill said, I would never dare insult Italians or the Chinese by calling her any of them. He said, don't be mad, Rachel. And then Rachel said, woman. Nah, she not, nah, bro. Like, we not gonna play her like she not good. She good looking, bro. She is.
On Rogue Cenk, so now it is your fault for implicating.
You see what I'm saying? She breaks character. She is funny, bro. Cause she knows she not she knows she like wildin'. Red Pill said, get your story straight. You said she was a man. Now you're saying she's a woman. What is it? So him and Red Pill and Rachel going at it.
You are implicating me in your immorality and your wrongness. So you really shouldn't do that, because that's being immoral to me and other people who agree with me. Because since you're so obviously wrong and immoral about this, you're implicating me in your immorality.
With great power comes great responsibility. That's what I'm saying.
It is definitely the correct position.
I'm saying with great power comes great responsibility. I'm giving you.
So accepting, but you've gone off the reservation and you've gone rogue, Cenk. So now it is your fault for implicating the beloved far left, who are clearly have the correct position. But you don't have the correct position. And you don't represent the left. So please stop pretending you represent the left when the voting and the polling clearly showed you don't. And it's not wrong to be center left. You think that it's like center left is like, no, it's, I don't know what you think it is, MAGA or whatever. But you want to talk about the power
I said it's
dynamic.
Bill Maher and Nancy Pelosi having a baby, Cenk. I think ultimately you just need to embrace your centrism, my guy. I think you're just more of a centrist than you think.
Like I just explained it.
Look, she know what she doing, bruh. She is funny, man. Like, nah. Francesca, I understand you now. Before I didn't get you, I didn't really know what you was about. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, she left wing, but she knows she be capped out, bruh. She knows she is capped out, bruh. She can't even hold back like the laughs, man. Like, shout out to her. She is funny, man. Hold on. She hilarious.
Cenk. So now it is your fault for implicating the beloved far left, who are clearly have the correct position. But you don't have the correct position. And you don't represent the left. So please stop pretending you represent the left when the voting and the polling clearly showed you don't. And it's not wrong to be center left. You think that it's like center left is like, no, it's, I don't know what you think it is, MAGA or whatever. But you want to talk about the power dynamic.
I said it's Bill Maher and Nancy Pelosi having a baby, Cenk. I think ultimately you just need to embrace your centrism, my guy. I think you're just more of a centrist than you think.
Like I just explained it.
Yeah. You can't get mad at her. She funny, man. All right, let me go to the comments. Kareem said Cenk is backpedaling. And then Red Pill says she's a great bozo and clown, but not a comedian. Linda says, I think this is scripted. I mean, they trying to get people involved in what they doing, bro. Let's keep it real. That's what they doing, man. I mean, it's whether or not you're gonna fall for it is the thing. What y'all think? Y'all rocking with this? What y'all think?
But you don't want to hear it. I said it earlier, Franny. I'm not talking about the disgusting centrism of Manchin and all of that the mainstream media lied to us and called centrism. That's radical.
What's wrong with Manchin? Manchin works with both sides. He's a perfect example of what you're doing.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Manchin is the establishment. The fact that you can't see the difference between a left-wing populist who despises the establishment,
who's a right-wing populist,
who loves and is the establishment.
Who's a right-wing populist?
You can't see that difference. Is stunning.
Who's a right-wing populist? Who is a right-wing populist?
And then Think MAGA TV says she uses being a comedian as an excuse to be condescending. Yeah, I'm Just a Vet says she purposely setting him off. Cenk is easy to get like set off like that. You know what I'm saying? And for that, I kind of want to watch the Cenk debate with Candace Owens, and you can see how easy it is to like set him off.
Populist. Name him. Who's a right-wing populist?
On Patrick Bet-David show is definitely a right-wing populist.
Yeah, exactly. Rachel Rampage said he freaks out all the time. And then Richard Mitchell said, what happened to The View? And they kind of fell off after the election. Clark Kent said, are you good enough for heaven? For what? For heathen? Well, I don't know. He talking about something else. Shout out to him.
Dan Holloway on Drinking Bros is definitely a right-wing populist.
Vinny on PBD thinks that the Biden administration blew up the bridge in Baltimore.
He does. That's right. Because they're not saints, and they don't agree with us.
Who's a right-wing populist in office? Who's a right-wing? Is it Matt Gaetz? Who's your right-wing populist in office? Is it Marjorie Greene?
The new right-wing populist is absolutely clear. And see, guys, before I say the name, I know what's going to happen after I say the name. You're going to think of all the bad things he said about social issues, and you're going to think, oh my God, Cenk likes this guy. That's why I now hate Cenk. So I'm telling you, ahead of me telling you the name, no, I do not agree with him on the social and cultural issues, and I will fight him as hard as I possibly can on those. And I don't think that he's right on all the economic issues at all. but he has begun to be populist because he stopped taking corporate PAC money. Josh Hawley in the Senate. That is now a right-wing populist. Tom Massey, a right-wing populist, okay? Those guys, Massey, you could say 1,000 terrible things about him, but he is honest. Everybody knows he's honest. He's honest to a fault, right? He says some things, I'm like, whoa, that's freaking crazy, right?
Oh, my bad. My bad, Francesca Fiorentini. She got a husband. Yeah, she married. He definitely left wing. Like, I don't like his, like, this dude is, he's definitely left wing. I don't know how he got her, bro. Like, I'm not, I don't want to do that. Like, hold on. Like, I don't know if y'all can see this, bro. Like, let me see this. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Where's her husband at? I'm not like making fun of him. No. Thug life shot down. I think this is, it says she's married. Where is he at? Like, why is it on this page and not this page? Yeah, this is him. Hold on. Let me see if I can show y'all. I gotta move this. See what I'm saying? Man, I don't know how he got hurt, bro. He probably got money or something. I don't know. But he's definitely a Kamala man, I'll tell you that. I don't know how he got hurt, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Are they actual right-wing populists? Yes, they are. And the number one way you could tell if someone's going to be a populist is if they stop taking corporate PAC money.
Okay, I accept that. I accept that. I just want to say, lastly, I worry about our relationship because, I mean, I don't have to, like, we may grow.
Hey, DF, what you mean? Hey, what are you talking about, Dabo? Bro, I'm not hating, bro. Am I hating? Like, I mean, maybe. Like, I don't be understanding this, bro. Some of these dudes be getting some. She not like a perfect 10 or nothing like that, but she look alright, bro. She got some pictures on here. She look alright. I don't know how he got her, bro. She kind of got like her stylistic approach to things, like, because it's like different images I'm looking at of her. She's got that Sarah Silverman type vibe, like her style, you know. But I don't know how he got her, bro. Rachel said he's probably a really good guy. Like, y'all don't like really good guys. Stop playing, Rachel. Stop playing. Y'all want the football players, the jocks. That's normally what y'all go for. You know, but I don't know, man. Maybe he is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe just somebody personality she can't go without. Rachel said we like men that are funny. He looks like he's probably funny. That's probably what it is. DF Damo says she runs a relationship. That's how she got her. You know, a black man ain't going for that. Nah, man. I know a lot of black men that be letting the woman run the relationship. That's a fact. So I don't know, man. Hey, race don't mean nothing.
Distant, you know what I mean? I'm trying to delve more into my show. I still love going on John's show and Dr. Richie's show. That's in the TYT network. This show is on the podcast network of TYT. There's no money that really exchanges hands. You guys do help me with the podcast hosting, so I appreciate that. So I may owe y'all money. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm just being honest. Like,
you don't know anybody anything.
But you know what I mean. I'm being honest about what our arrangement is.
Yeah.
But I worry because
hey, y'all hit the likes. We only got 40 likes, man. At least let me get 100. We got like 12,000 views, 40 likes. Hit the like button if y'all can, man.
Because we were but 5 minutes into this conversation, and you said Emma Vigeland likes the establishment, and it doesn't matter what she said. hang on. It's not about what she said.
So Rachel, I don't know what you look like. I just went to your channel. Your profile picture is like cartoonish, so I don't know what you look like. But you like funny guys? Red Pill said, I can tell you most jocks are betas and are only hard to people that do not buck back. I mean, like, I don't. I mean, they've got the alpha persona. That's what the women go after. You know, so I don't know.
But it is concerning that there are so many former TYT employees, and let's put Dora and Ruben aside, but people like Ben Dixon and Emma Vigland.
Rachel said, I unsubbed to TYT and I'm looking for new progressive networks. Okay, so you're liberal.
And even longtime contributors who were editors, like Hank. I remember Hank, and like the fact that, you know, he helped start the TYT union and now has obviously
nothing.
Okay, but I knew Hank was such a great guy, and Emma and Ben are such. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, these are.
She is funny, man. She funny, man. I'm about to subscribe to her. She funny.
Okay, how I'm afraid, man. Like, I'm next. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do that I'm booted out of the castle, and suddenly it's us versus them. And so what does it say about TYT? What does it say about you? That there's so many former employees who are on our side ostensibly, who you have so much disdain for.
So, Franny, if you're next and I have this secret nefarious plan to push people out, why am I on here? Why would I come on here and talk to you for now nearly 2 hours when if I'm planning to push you, that doesn't make any sense. So number two, some people have left the network, and don't exclude Dora and Ruben, because Dora and Ruben and some others they went right, but some others went left or far left or whatever. But some group of them have the same agenda. Come watch me, come subscribe to me, not the Young Turks. I'm the morally pure one. I'm the right one. I'm the one that's right. And
Rachel says she likes funny guys. So maybe like left wing, like women like the funny guys. And conservatives seem to go more for the jocks.
All evil and terrible, and don't give them money, give me money, right? So let's keep it real. So is that everybody? Absolutely not. Okay. So a good example is Mondale Ross.
Yeah,
I like Mondale, and he has the similar ideological problem as you.
All right, they done arguing. I want to go and see this. This is this happened like some months ago, but let's see this.
The people who were targeted, almost all of them appear to have been Hezbollah.
Well, I think a question that I immediately want to ask him, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to, is that if you're able to delineate
on what may happen, and I dread to think what would happen in America if somebody did actually assassinate Donald Trump, as they are repeatedly trying to do.
Yes, I mean, I was completely underwhelmed by the immediate reactions, even from Kamala Harris, just that simple tweet, and violence has no place, which felt like it was copy and pasted from a PR firm. There was no shock. There was no, this is absolutely wrong. There was no expressment of true frustration and disappointment, or even the recognition that could be her, right? Like if you're trying to be a person that wants to be the president of the United States, this could potentially be you one day. So you should be outraged. I didn't sense that outrage from her. And rather what you have correctly attest to is they just kept going on with the rhetoric the very next day, which to me is signaling to their followers that this is okay. We're getting closer and we're getting closer, and we are fine with this. We're not going to turn down the rhetoric because you guys are responding correctly. One of the things that's really frustrating, I think, for a lot of people is to watch the way the media is constantly allowed to detach themselves from the consequences of what they say, which is to say that somebody shoots up and tries to shoot a president, and the media is like, well, I was just calling him Hitler, but I never said to anyone anyone that they should go shoot someone. And like I said earlier, what do you expect an individual to do when you are saying Adolf Hitler is taking the stage? When you are saying that we are going to completely lose democracy, which is so far from reality. It's embarrassing for Cenk to say that, because we don't have to imagine Trump as president. He already was for 4 years. People were living very well. The economy was doing very well. And so this rhetoric may have made sense in 2016. It doesn't make sense now in 2024. And so it's frustrating to see that. And I think what is good, though, is to allow people around the world to get this insight into what's happening in America, because you hear the left constantly purporting to be the side of peace, right? And then you watch someone like Cenk, right? And then you listen to people that are on the right, the awful people on the right. You listen to Eric Prince, you listen to me, and you're able to really comprehend who are the radicals in American society. Because you can scream peace, you can scream, oh, love is love all day, but you hear their rhetoric within 24 hours after a former—
Oh, Domo said, oh, this when Cenk have a nervous breakdown. Yeah. Yeah. When he went, him and Candace Owens, yeah.
president was almost shot, and they never dial it down. I mean, these people, I want and encourage violence all the time.
You see, Cenk, here's the problem. If this was Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, who had had 2 attempts on their life in 8 weeks, the idea that you would not, if anyone on the Republican side—
Real quick in the chat, man, like, we about to get back to this. Do y'all prefer the iPhone or like Android, like the Galaxy devices? The battery life is really like not good on these like Galaxy phones at all. I love the screen, but the battery life is terrible. Like it's like the battery just be dying for like no reason. I don't even be having like apps running, like not dying, but just like you look and you like lose 2%. You like, how? Like the iPhone's like way better battery management, like way better.
He's the kind of enraged rant.
But I'm trying to like I'm just a vet, said iPhone. Yeah. Steven said Samsung by far. Rachel said Android. Moving forward said Android. Houston said Apple. Moving forward said iPhone sucks. I don't think iPhone sucks, bro. Like, this is a 13 Pro Max, and I do not understand why anybody is upgrading from a 13 Pro Max. Like, it's just, this phone is amazing. It's fast. You know what I mean? Like, the Samsung screen is just out of this world better. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the only reason I see why people will update the new to the new iPhone is because it's got, I think, an OLED screen, but like it's got more realistic colors on the iPhone OLED screen. Because I was looking at it in the at Best Buy, and I'm like, I want an OLED screen so the colors can pop out, not for it to just look realistic. Because it looks like a LCD. You see what I'm saying? So I'd rather just get the Galaxy if I'm going off of screen. I like the popped out like vibrant colors. But like battery management, like if you're gonna be out like using your phone, like Android is not that good. And then like the facial recognition is not good on Android at all. Like, what y'all think? Like, is it just me? Like, my facial recognition is trash on this Android. Steven said, do you have the super processing on? I don't know, probably. Rachel Rampage said, yep, he wanted a man. Damo said, I got both. I only use my iPhone for recording videos. Okay. Like, and then another thing, like if you're creative, like, you know how like my thumbnails and stuff on some of my videos like be like fire? I be doing that with the iPhone. I can't do that with the Android like that. And then like, it just like being creative is easier like with specific type things with the iPhone. Or like if you sharing like a TikTok video on your social media like Instagram or like Twitter or something like that, it's easier to do it on the iPhone because you just like share it and then it automatically like downloads the video, and then like you can go to Twitter and just upload the video from your photo library and like trim it like real easy. Like the Samsung, it's like hard to trim. It's like janky. Like it'll do it, but it's like it takes longer. And then when it's processing the trim, it takes longer. The veteran said, I'm a video editor. I need better storage. And then moving forward said, Apple, you have to subscribe to every app. No, you don't. The veterans, no, you don't. And then Rob Goblin said, okay, man, enough of this iPhone conversation. It's my channel, man. I talk about what I want. Think MAGA TV said, I'm watching on the iPhone 13 Pro Max right now. Exactly. It's like no reason to upgrade because the phone is that good. So I think I'm about to go back to my iPhone, bro. Like, I'm not about to do this. Lewis says, you all lost. Get over it. Crying. You're chubby hoe.
Rhetoric you've deployed in this debate today within 24 hours of it happening, that you would go completely nuts at the Republicans for doing that. Okay. So my thing for you is you seem to think that the justification for all your rhetoric is that, well, Donald Trump does it. And that's kind of like the old school playground thing. Well, they did that, so I can do it. Where's your own moral line? Where's your line that says we're going to be better than that? If you genuinely believe that is wrong, that incendiary rhetoric is wrong, why do you deploy it?
So, Piers, no. The framing of this entire conversation is insane. So if somebody was just watching this conversation, they would think that I ordered an attack on the Capitol or that the left wing did. No, Donald Trump had a violent mob attack our Capitol, and then you make it seem like the left has the violence problem. And then
Yo, what are they talking about on MSNBC? You know they're going to attack Elon Musk as much as they can. They said Elon Musk melts down after underestimating wrath of MAGA. Like, what are they talking about? We can watch this, though.
And very loudly condemned any violence. Shooting at Donald Trump is the worst thing in the world. I can't be any clearer about it.
But you don't
any assassination attempt, any violence, any physicality. Hold on.
You don't condemn any of the incendiary rhetoric.
Let me finish my point. I condemn it as forcefully as I possibly can. And then what do the two right-wingers do? They neither one of them condemned the attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband. Instead, they came up with crazy conspiracy theories.
They don't have a Tesla iPhone. They don't have a Tesla phone.
And what does that do? It encourages their fans to go, oh, yeah, well, it's not a big deal to attack our political opponents. It's not a big deal to attack the Capitol. It's not a big deal to send pipe bombs to Donald Trump's political opponents. So they encourage this kind of violence 24/7. And on January 6th, we saw it in spectacular fashion. And then you're trying to reframe the debate as criticism of Donald Trump, legitimate political criticism of Donald Trump is somehow the thing that's causing political violence in this country. No, it is 98% right-wing political violence. The 2% where it's the left wing, I hate it, I despise it, I condemn it. I can't be any clearer than that.
Cenk, the only attempts on
Look at Candace Owens. She tried not to laugh, man. She funny, man.
Lives have both been against the same guy who's the Republican nominee.
So look, there are lunatics in this world. So those two guys are total lunatics. The first guy wasn't even a left-winger. This guy is totally unhinged from reality, voted for Trump in 2016. But it isn't about him being right-wing or left-wing. The point is that these guys are unhinged. So I don't want anyone taking shots at Democrats, Republicans.
No, but you're not prepared to change the way you speak about Trump,
but Piers,
which
you
he
never
believes
answered my question.
You
never answered my question. So do you want me to do a unilateral political surrender for the rest of the election because some lunatic took a shot at Trump?
No, but you know what? You could take a little bit longer than 24 hours perhaps to consider whether the language from the left may have contributed to these attacks. Let me bring Eric in, who's been again waiting patiently. Eric, it seems to me America is in a dangerous place right now. This is not a game. You've experienced actual warfare, and we're now seeing people taking weapons of war to rallies, to golf courses, to try and settle their differences with people by
use a Hawaii phone,
shooting them. And in this case, it's Donald Trump that they want to kill. This is not a good place.
If your point of this panel was to explore the spectrum of political rhetoric, I think your guest in the middle box, Reps ipsa loquitur, the thing speaks for itself. To call the, January 6th such an insurrection, it would be the first insurrection in human history where people showed up unarmed. And if people are
I'm not gonna lie, people was wilding on January 6th. It was some people. I seen the videos. At first, I'm like, man, they wasn't doing nothing. I seen some videos. Some of them people was wilding, bro. But they went after like 1,000 of those people that they tried to indict. Like, I don't know, man. So, but now they're being like, January 6th people are suing $50 billion in a class action lawsuit against the federal government for the DOJ for targeting them, you know, and then like treating them like unfairly and not having fair trials and all of that stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on.
being nervous about the survival of their constitution, about their vote. People show up to a lot of rallies, and they should certainly be able to show up and not expect to see attacks. There was just another guy. There was an explosive found at a rally in New York today.
Well, I'll stop you there on that, actually, Eric, because that's now been discounted. They've actually said there were no explosives found. So since we've started this, that's been now discounted.
Good. But twice in 8 weeks with...
Yo, if you go on the Tesla website, not to like, because I got 2 Teslas, right? But I want either the X or the... Look at this, bro. They are making it so hard to like even like buy like the Model X, right? So like, look, first of all, like why are y'all even doing a site like this, right? So if you go down and you go to order now, oh, now it's gonna do it. It wasn't doing it before. Now it's gonna do it.
With what, 6 weeks left to go in the election?
Now
I really hope it's the last we've seen of political violence, because it certainly has no place for the Republic to survive.
Let me bring back Candace. I want to just talk about Kamala Harris for a bit.
Yeah,
the politics of all this, because there's no doubt she's had a little bit of a bounce now from, you know, taking over from Biden, from the DNC, from the debate win, where I think she won that debate with Trump by sort of feeding his narcissistic streak when he fell for it. But at the same time, she's giving very few interviews. And the latest one she gave, we're going to show a little bit of it now, to me was just a load of incomprehensible word salad nothingness. Let's take a look.
Far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. Women and children. We have seen with horror the images coming out of Gaza. And we have to take that seriously. And we have to agree that not only must we end this war, but we have to have a goal of a two-state solution, because there must be stability and peace in that region, in as much as what we do in our goal is to ensure that Israelis have security and Palestinians in equal measure have security, have self-determination and dignity.
You see, Candace, and there was another one at the weekend where she was talking about the economy and saying that, you know, she grew up with people who were proud of their lawns and all this kind of thing. And in the debate, when she was challenged specifically about any policy stuff, doesn't really say anything. You know, she didn't say anything there about this Israel-Hamas war, which is going to have any meaningful difference to what happens. It's all this kind of, as she would put it, her desire for joy, for everyone to get along, everyone to be peaceful and happy, and everyone to be prosperous. We all want that. But the more she talks about these things, the less impressed I am by what comes out of her mouth. What do you make of Kamala Harris, the candidate?
You know, I truly think that the reason that they staged an effective coup on Joe Biden was simply because obviously he had been in such mental decline that they couldn't hide it anymore. And they at least needed a candidate that could remember the lines. And going into the debate, and obviously we're still waiting for more to come out, but we do have that ABC whistleblower who said that she was given the questions ahead of time, which would mean that she was given the time frame to remember the answers. And she's good for that. Like, she can remember the answers and as if she's performing a high school play. And that's exactly what she did. But when it comes down to it, the reason why she is giving such few interviews far in between is because she is not actually able to give comprehensive answers. She doesn't actually know what her policies are, which is why she flip-flops often on what her policies are. Her policies are essentially whatever she's told to say. On the issue of Israel and Palestine, it is a vulnerable area for her. She does not want to lose the Muslim vote in America. So she's trying to just say things that sound nice, present a bunch of niceties and sound kind, essentially going, we only have a few weeks to the election. As long as I sound like I want there to be peace, we won't lose the Muslim vote and people that are passionate about this hot button.
You said Candace Owens looks stressed out? No, she doesn't.
An issue. So to me, I see her as a little more than an actress, somebody that is more effective than obviously Joe Biden, who couldn't do that anymore for them. But everything that you're seeing with her is performative. And I am happy that there are groups that recognize that.
Why are they like, my bad, y'all, like with the Tesla, they're like taking out battery cells. Like, why are they doing that? So like when I bought my Model Y, I got a Model 3 and a Model Y. When I bought my Model Y, it had like 320 miles to the range. Now the new one's got like 311. So they're like putting like fewer battery cells in there. Like what? And then like the performance model, which is more money, it's like you only get 277 miles like to the like full capacity. And you got to understand, like these cars, you don't charge them at 100% unless you're doing a road trip. Like you charge them at 80%. So if you're charging it to 80%, 80% of 277, bro, you're not getting no range like throughout the day. That's crazy Elon is doing. That's why I don't like him. When it comes to this car, like company, I do not like, I own 2 Teslas. I do not like Elon Musk at all. Like when with this car company, I think he's just like taking stuff away. And he's like, what's the dude that used to run Apple? The one that had passed or whatever. Like just keep taking stuff away, taking stuff away, taking stuff away. It's like I might as well keep my car, bro.
Now, like particularly Black men do not seem to be falling for this whatsoever. And people are calling into question why it is that she keeps flip-flopping on so many of her policies. I don't think there's much going on upstairs with her. And she's especially weak when it comes to speaking about economics. And you can see that. You even saw that during the debate.
Yeah, I mean, Cenk, you know, I understand you don't want Trump to win. So obviously
Steve Jobs,
you're going to want the other side to win. But you cannot be impressed by what Kamala Harris actually says when she gets around to talking about policy. It's a lot of hot air, isn't it?
Yeah, so mostly yes. Okay, but let me be clear about a couple of things. So you know I'm honest. So that answer on Israel is terrible. That's basically her saying, I'll do everything Israel tells me to do. And by the way, she's taken over $5 million from AIPAC. Biden's taken over $11 million from AIPAC. Also, Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, his top donor is AIPAC. So
somebody said, why did you buy it if you had so many issues with it? Are you talking to me? Like I already bought, like I already bought it. Like when you buy something and then you find out it has issues and so you can't just like take it back. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to like, they'll fix it under warranty. So like, what do you mean? Like I can't just buy, like if I bought a car and be like, well, this is wrong with it. Like it don't operate like that. Like they'll fix what's wrong with it. Like when you buy a brand new Tesla, like they give you like 100 miles to where like, you know, it's enough time to like go home and stuff like that and then go through the whole car. And then like, if you find stuff wrong with it, they fix it. So what was you saying?
Anything that comes out of Republican or Democratic mouths on Israel is just paid for. Donald Trump, his top donor is Miriam Adelson.
No, like, but as far as Elon Musk with Doge, I think he's going to be good with Doge. You like Department of Government Efficiency. I think he's going to be really good with that. But like this company, Tesla, I don't know.
And there's reporting in Israel that he might let Israel annex the West Bank.
He's like low-key a bad CEO. Like when I was investing in a Tesla, he was political. Like that was like tearing the stock up. Now it's going up because of like recent activities. You know what I'm saying? Trump winning or whatever. But he was like tanking the stock. He wouldn't shut up on Twitter. It's like, bro, why are you being like so? Like I wanted to figure out how to sue him, bro. I had lost like $30,000 like in Tesla stock because he would not stop like being political. You know, that affected the stock. You didn't lose anything if you like, you know, like waited, you know what I'm saying, for it to go back up. But it's like, yo, when you see like a $30,000, $40,000 dip because he won't shut up, like, no, I don't like him as a CEO. I think he's a think he's terrible as a CEO. Like, if you were an investor, like he was scaring the crap out of me every day. Like no, I had to get out of that stock.
To please his donor. So,
and then Perez is just like, this dude is like you mean like, why am I looking at a Tesla now? Like, I mean, now that they fixed everything that was wrong with, like, I've had my Tesla like over a year. Now, you know, they fixed everything that was wrong with it. I mean, it had like some stuff wrong with it. You know, Teslas are not like a Lexus. You see what I'm saying? Like, you buy a Lexus, ain't nothing wrong with it when you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like a Tesla, they just push them out. And then like they want the dealership to, like, if something's wrong with it, like fix it. That's how they operate. Like, Teslas are not like, they're like remote control cars, like bigger remote control cars. That's all it is. So like a part or whatever, it's easy to replace like things like on the Tesla than the regular car. So like if something's wrong with it, they can just like, you know, fix it at the dealership. So they fix this stuff. But yeah, like when I first got it, I was like mad. I'm like, why is this car like got, I think it was like 15 things that needed to be fixed on it. I'm like, what? Like they fixed it all, but it was like, it's a brand new car, you know, but like once they fix everything, it's like I got like a gas car in the I got rid of like all my gas cars. I had like F-150, I had like an Infiniti G35. The one left is like a Altima. Like I'm never gonna get rid of like all gas car. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna have one just in case something happens with the grid, you know, but like now, like driving in like a modern car, like a gas car, it just feels crazy. Like you got to go to a gas station and get robbed for gas. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't miss spending $60 a week in gas. That was a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That's like $240 a month in gas. It's crazy. Just to go back and forth to work and stuff like that. That's insane. Like, I don't do that no more. Like, what, like $17 a month in electricity? Like, what, a Tesla? $14 to $17 a month in electricity? That ain't nothing. So, like, now that I'm experiencing, and then I could just, like, when I'm at home, like, my car is plugged up charging. It's like, you don't want to go back to a regular car. Like, but buying a new Tesla is a headache. It is. You just got to go. Now I know you got to go into the mind state, like, he's gonna have stuff wrong with it, but they gonna fix it. You know, but yeah, but everybody I know, like once you get one and they fix everything, like you're not gonna want like a regular car, bro. You're not. But you're gonna miss like a regular car is not gonna have a bunch of problems when you get it. Like I got a Model 3 that I bought them like around the same time because I wanted the tax credits on both. But like the Model 3 didn't have nowhere near as many issues as the Y, but it shouldn't have had any issues at all. I think it was like 2 issues that it had on it. But, you know, a new car should have no issues. You see what I'm saying?
Well, our politics is totally, utterly corrupt. On policy,
Real Americans said the inside plan and the Teslas are overrated. It's just poor people are mad at people that have Teslas. That's all it is. It's just hate. I think because Teslas used to be so expensive, like now they're not. Like you can buy one. Like if you can afford a $40,000 car, you can get like a Model 3. Like you don't have to be rich to buy a Tesla. You don't have to hate it because of the cost. That's what people do, like their minds. Like, because I'll be asking people, I'm like, why do you? Because the people that hate them, like I've taken them for rides. And they're like, oh man, this thing's nice. I used to hate these. I'm like, why would you hate it? And they like literally had no reason to hate it. Like I just thought that they was like really expensive, and so you hate it because you think it's like really expensive. Like why you hate it? Now, if you say I hate the way they look, that's like okay. But then you got different models. You got Model S looks like a sports car. The new Model 3 looks like a sports car. Like the Model X like, all right, if you don't like the Cybertruck, there's like multiple different ones you can get. You just don't like it because you're poor. It's just what it is. So, but overrated, I mean, how is not paying for gas overrated? You know, it's called Stockholm Syndrome. You know, like your captors or whatever. Like if somebody kidnaps you, whatever, like your captor, some people develop like empathy for them. like they're captors. Like, how are you having empathy for your captors, right? Like, when you buy a gas car, you gotta, like, you're a slave to the oil companies. You gotta buy gas. Those are your captors. Like, you have to buy it, right? Or your car won't work. So, like, yo, I just gotta keep gas. I gotta keep doing it. So you like going to the gas station and having to pay all this money. Like, you like that. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? You like getting oil changes? How much they charge you for oil changes? You like having to do that? I love it. You know what I'm saying? You like transmission flushes? You have to do that? You like doing that? Yeah, I love it. You like radiator flushes and power, you know, doing all that? Yeah, I love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just poor people just mad at people that can afford a Tesla. That's all it is. There's no sane person that likes going to the gas station. That takes time out of your day. I love, like, when I wake up in the morning, I've got a full charge or 80%, whatever, or if I want to charge it to 90%. I got almost 300 miles of range, and you're not going to drive 300 miles in a day in a city. Like, you're not. You might drive, like, maybe 60. Maybe if you're driving a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even have, like, I charge my car, like, I could charge it like once a week and be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just poor people, bro. Poor people be mad. Like, even if I had a Range Rover, I don't like Range Rovers. Like, it's just poor. Like, you're poor. That's what it is. Like, I mean, I'm just saying what it is. Untried 215 said like and subscribe. That's what it is. It's poor people, bro. Like, they're mad. They're overrated. You know, you're poor, bro. Like, I just told you, like, the problems that I've had with it. Like, they're not perfect cars. You know, but like once they fix everything, it's gonna ride better than your car. It's faster than your car. You know what I'm saying? More efficient than your car. It's quieter than your car. The sound system sounds better than any car. Bro, I got mad at when they were fixing stuff on the car. I got mad. I went to Audi and I'm like, man, I'm about to get something else. All right. Thug life. I'm like, I'm not dealing with Elon Musk. This is crazy. I'm getting something. I went to a Lexus dealership. Man, like the inside of that car looked like a 1999 car. Like they still got the old like dash. I'm like, I'm not about to pay you like all this money for that old style. Right. I think it was like a IS 500 or something like that I was looking at. It looked good on the outside, but the inside of it was like old. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And then I was listening to the audio. The audio sound old. I'm like, what? Like nowhere near the high fidelity audio that you get in a Tesla. There's nothing near, like nothing beats it. And so I went to the Audi dealership. They had a Phantom Rolls Royce over there, right? In Cool Springs, Nashville, Tennessee, Cool Springs. So I went over there and the dude was like cool. Like I was talking to him, like he know like I do YouTube and stuff like that. He was a young black dude. I was like, man, like can I? And the Phantom was like, I think it was like $225,000 for the Phantom. I couldn't afford that. But he let me like sit in it and stuff like that. And I was just listening to the audio. It sounded like crap. I'm like, why does my car have better audio than a Phantom Rolls Royce? Like, that's crazy. Like, I sat in a GT3 Porsche because I could get that. I was thinking about getting like a GT3 Porsche. The audio sound like trash. It sound good compared to regular cars, but it don't sound as good as a Tesla. It doesn't. Nothing sounds better than that. So if you like audio, like music and stuff like that, nothing's gonna sound better than that, you know. And then I even looked at the Rivian. I'm like, yo, I'm getting a Rivian. Like I don't want to do it. But then I got in a Rivian. The Rivian is like iPhone and Android, right? So like the Tesla screen is fast and responsive. It's got like a, what is it? I can't remember, like a Ryzen processor, like a gaming processor, right? So it's fast and snappy. Like you moving it, you know what I mean? It's got all these crazy options and it's fast. The screen, like the whole car is just a screen is what it is. It's like a big tablet. And it's smoother than my iPad. I got like an M1 iPad. It's smoother than that, right? Man, I got in the Rivian. It was all janky. I'm like, nah, bro. Like the interior of the Rivian, way better than the Tesla. Way better. I got white seats though. I love my white seats. But the interior of the Rivian is like built like a $100,000 car. It's like better. But you know what you're gonna be interacting with is the screen, and it's like janky. It's like no options. I'm like, nah, I can't do that, bro. So I just got stuck with the Tesla. You know, so if I get something else, it'll be a Tesla. I just got to go in the mindset like something gonna be wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? When I get it, but they're gonna fix it under warranty.
And I like some of the economic populist things that she put out there. I like some of it a lot, actually. The problem.
Somebody said it's called subwoofers. Yeah, and then like I got a Model Y long range, right? And it's got like mad subwoofers. It's got like a subwoofer in there, right? Like the way they built the audio in I can't believe I'm talking about Tesla. The way they built the audio, like the audio engineer made the Tesla to where you can like have it at 100% volume and you will not blow the speakers and you will not hear any distortion. And mind you, I've got where I've got movie theaters, right? Like in the house, I've got a Cinema 50, like movie theater system, Marantz, right? I got Kef speakers and all of that. I've got like a SVS PB 4000 subwoofer. My subwoofer is like almost $3,000 per subwoofer. I got 2 of them, right? And so I hear no distortion in my theater. And in here, I got like Polk R700s. Look them up. You know what I'm saying? Those are like dope speakers. And then I got an Anthem 1140 movie theater receiver in here. Very good, no distortion audio, right? In here. And that Tesla sounds better, you know what I'm saying, than these. My Anthem, bro, Thug Life, right? That's an Anthem MRX 11. Let me see if I can show you this, bro. This is an Anthem MRX 1140 theater receiver right there, right? It's a theater receiver, right? And that my receiver was $4,200. This is an Anthem 1140 theater receiver, and it's got like all these other things are amplifiers to amplify the speakers and all of that, right? Just more power for better articulation of the woofers or whatever, the mid-range woofers and all of that in the Polk R700s. So I'm pushing 300 watts to each speaker. You know what I mean? For the Polk R700s. And then I got an SVS Ultra Center. You know what I'm saying? Like from SVS. And that, I kid you not, like that Tesla is competing with these. You know what I mean? Like, and no other like system that I've heard in any car sounds anywhere close to a Tesla. So you talking about they're overrated. How? Your car is not faster than my car at all. It's not. I don't care. I've raced in my Model Y. I've raced like Mustang Shelby GTs and beat them. And I got the performance boost on my Model Y. I beat them light to light. Beat them. So your car is not faster than I beat Corvettes because they're spinning out. Like, so your car, unless you got like the new one, the C8. You know what I mean? Like you're old, unless you got a Z06, my car is faster than yours. My car is faster than yours. It's smoother than yours. You know what I'm saying? It sounds better than yours. What you mean overrated? You bugging. White seats, it looks like a spaceship inside. Like, what you saying?
The problem with Democrats is that they don't often deliver. This is stuff that they do for campaigning. Then they deliver about 5 to 10% of it. And then the press bullies you into saying that it was miraculous, historic achievements. The problem with the Republicans is they go.
If the sound's going in and out, you gotta like just because I'm using OBS. So some people who come in and may do that, you just gotta refresh, bro. Nobody goes top speed in their cars. Like top speed doesn't matter. Like, you know, I used to, before Fast and the Furious came out, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, bro. We used to street race like Novas and, you know, Firebird formulas and Eagle Talons with 25 PSI turbos on them. And, you know what I'm saying? Pro Chargers and stuff like that. Nobody cares about top speed. It's about like, what are you going to do at 60 to 60 miles an hour? You race from 0 to 60. You know what I'm saying? Or you race in a quarter mile. That's what you're doing. Nobody cares about top speed.
100% in the wrong direction.
Top speed, I think my car is like 163 miles an hour top speed. Like you going 100 or 160 or something like that. You going 160 miles an hour in a car, you're crazy. Like I the fastest I've gone in a, you know, I've got motorcycles and stuff, you know, I had an R1 motorcycle, you know what I mean? That's a race motorcycle, you know what I'm saying? I've been like 170 something miles an hour on a motorcycle. You know what I mean? It feels different. It's more stable the faster you go, which is still dangerous, you know, but like in the car, no, I'm sorry, my Model Y goes like 135, you know what I'm saying? But it gets up there quicker than any car, quicker than anything. I think I've been like 120 something in my Model Y, but you don't drive cars like that, like top speed. Top speed means nothing, man.
And here I was getting all ready to agree with the panel overall because I don't like that answer by Kamala Harris. But here comes Candace Owens to make up another conspiracy theory about an ABC whistleblower, which is hilarious and ridiculous. It's been debunked thoroughly. It's just a rando.
Well, has it been?
Look, another poor person complaining about my Tesla. You probably drive a Honda Civic. You're broke. That's why you're mad. That's why you're hating.
Hang on. Has it been debunked thoroughly? Because I've been watching.
Yes.
Well, hang on. I've been watching ABC's responses, and I don't call that a thorough debunking at all. It looks to me like they're being very careful with the way they're wording stuff. And Bill Ackman's been on this, who's no fool. He's been doing a lot of tweeting about this, saying there's something weird about this. This affidavit was apparently signed two days before the debate.
Christian Medwood says speed does not matter unless you're on a German autobahn. If you're racing for money, like, it matters. I used to race for money. Like, so it matters. I had like all kind of cars. I had like Camaro V8, Camaro 89, like the IROC motors and all that. I've had manual transmission. Like, I've had all kind of cars, like, in my life. Like, it matters if you're racing for money. Like, it matters.
And so on. Now, it may turn out to be a load of baloney, but the response by ABC and Disney so far, Cenk, has not been very commanding.
So, Pierce, here we go again. You know who outed Donna Brazile for actually leaking questions to a Democrat, Hillary Clinton? Young Turks did. We found it in WikiLeaks, and when we originally exposed
so why would you be so
or like speed matters? Like, if you're trying to get over, like, have y'all ever, like, I don't care how good of a driver you are. Sometimes you don't see stuff, right? Or you might be getting onto the highway, and it might be like two 18-wheelers like back to back. You know what I'm saying? And you got cars coming up behind you fast. You got to make a decision. You going to risk a auto accident slamming on the brakes, or, you know what I mean? You know, and somebody hitting you from behind, or you going to hit the accelerator and try to go around. Like, sometimes you might, you know, make a mistake, you know what I mean? And get on. Like a Tesla, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? It will save you a lot of problems, you know, because you don't have to, the engine don't have to, or you don't have to wait for a downshift of a transmission and then the engine to spool up for you to get any horsepower or torque. You don't have to wait for none of that. It's instant. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think it happened again?
Mike hating. Mike's like, I tried. Get out of here, hater. Somebody said the wear on the vehicle also depends on the owner too.
Right. So mainstream media said, oh, you guys are crazy. You guys are kooks. No, we proved it. You know what the difference between that story and this story is? We had evidence. There's no evidence here at all.
Since we all hating on Elon Musk, I've been hating too. Let's see what they're saying about him.
Good evening.
Hold on. It says Elon Musk melts down after underestimating wrath of MAGA trolls. And then shout out to Jamie Malinky is a member. Wait a minute. Shout out to Jamie Malinky. Appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what they talking about. The trolls coming at Elon Musk.
Second term, there's no denying that with some genuine political candidates, Trump has cobbled together an unwieldy and in many respects somewhat unlikely political coalition.
Why would they think any man wants to would listen to this dude, bro? Like, I don't know, man. Y'all liberals be wildin'. Y'all be getting the most, like, the dudes that dudes cannot relate to. Be having them, like, as the anchors. Like, this is somebody we want to watch. Like, what? Y'all liberals be wildin', man.
And that coalition delivered him the first outright popular vote victory for a Republican since George W. Bush in 2004. It's only the second time it has happened since the end of the Cold War. Now Trump has to actually govern. And that is typically when all the internal contradictions in any political...
Now Trump has to actually govern, bro. He's already done it before. And he did it way better than Joe Biden. Now Trump has to actually govern. Like, get out of here, bro. These Kamala man. Lord. What are you saying? He gonna do a way better job than Biden.
Coalition rise to the surface. We're not even to inauguration yet, and that factional fighting, I would argue, is bigger and more glaring than almost any other I've ever witnessed in American politics. You're seeing that right now in the battle over immigration, which has been exploding among the MAGA right. Basically, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, the tech overlords who appear to be running Trump's second-term agenda, rely on highly skilled immigrants to power their enterprises. Those immigrants come to this country to work with an H-1B visa, which provides terms that are...
Like, so why you have a problem with that? Because Joe Biden is literally opening up the borders and allowing immigrants to flood in here. Like, don't y'all want them here? Like, this is what y'all be advocating for. The liberals, the left-wing administration that's doing that. So why is it a problem that tech companies are even thinking about hiring, immigrants? Like, why? How are you trying to use that against us? Like, what? Like, these people, bruh. Lord.
extremely favorable to their employers and also an amazing opportunity for the...
Perez said when people try to flex and think that they're all good, better than everyone else, that's when I laugh. No, man, just don't hate, bro. Like, if you're gonna hate on something, like, and then most people that hate on Teslas, they've never even driven them. Never even driven them. They're just like, oh, I see it, I don't like it. It's expensive. It's hate, man.
Folks coming to work here. Folks basically have to stay at their job in order to stay in the country. If they leave their position, they have 2 months to find a new job or risk getting deported. So you can see why someone like Elon Musk likes them so much. For example, this is not abstract. When Musk bought Twitter and a huge percentage of the staff headed for the exits, Vice News reported on how Twitter employees on visas can't just quit. The other side of the debate over the H-1B visa.
All right, so what is you saying about Elon Musk, weirdo?
A platform he owns. He has since deleted many of those posts, including one that replied approvingly to a post calling American-born workers in general a slur. The R word for being...
Elon Musk endorses X post bashing American workers. What do you mean the R word? What is it? What R word? Somebody down here tell me what R word is he saying? Because they're trying to like figure out a way to destroy Elon Musk's public image. Like, what are they talking about? Like, what R word is he saying? Like, what R word is this? Elon Musk endorses X post bashing RE. Somebody tell me what that R word is.
Too stupid to be able to do the job.
I didn't want to say it, man. I didn't want to say it. Nah, man. I think Cole is right. I didn't want to say it. But he making it sound like it's like a racist like R word.
The R word for being too stupid. Post calling American-born workers in general a slur. The R word for being too stupid to be able to do the jobs that workers on H-1B visas were doing.
I mean, is he lying? What y'all think? Is he lying or no? I'm about to check my audio on my end, man. Let's see if it's actually coming out. No, my audio good, man. You got to refresh.
One emblematic post is still up where Musk tells opponents of H-1B visas to F themselves.
Said the reason I'm in America, he said, the reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Take a big step back and blank yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend.
Before pledging to go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. Although he seems to have underestimated how much the MAGA diehards hate immigration, his online base of right-wing Twitter trolls quickly turned on him, spurned on by the likes of Bannon, as well as Laura Loomer, the fringe far-right activist, who spent much of the fall cozying up.
No, they are going out of their way to try to find something bad. Like, what did he do?
Trump, before his campaign stepped in and pushed her aside.
It's not a civil war because they're not tough enough. They're just not.
I don't think that it's acceptable for George Soros, Elon Musk, or Peter Thiel. It doesn't matter what side of the political aisle a billionaire is on. I don't think that it's acceptable for billionaires to have this much power and this much access.
On the policy dispute here, and there is a real one, Trump actually took Musk's side on it, coming out in support of H-1B visas in comments to the New York Post. Quote, I have many H-1B visas on my properties. I've been a believer in H-1B. I've used it many times. It's a great program. Now, I have to say...
Hold on, So what? Somebody tell me what they're trying to say, man. Like, why? How are they, like, trying to make this a bad thing? Because H-1B visas is like, you know, Filipino nurses coming to America and being nurses and helping with the nursing shortage. So, like, so what are you talking? Like, what is the bad thing? Like, y'all want immigrants here, so why are you? Yo, what is this Kamala man saying, bro?
I think Trump might be confused here. I don't think his properties are hiring a ton of, say, like software engineers off H-1B. As the New York Times reports, Trump has been a frequent and longtime user of the similarly named but starkly different H-2B visa program, which is for unskilled workers like gardeners and housekeepers. Of course, you can drive yourself crazy and try to track Trump's position on anything at any given moment. In 2016, of course, he called for, guess what? The H-1B to be banned.
Nobody knows the system better than me. I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me. I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers.
Regardless, it wasn't.
I mean, like, they shouldn't be allowed to use it, right? But, you know, he uses it. It's just like the taxes thing, right? It's like, yo, there's loopholes in tax deductions for people that make a whole bunch of money. I shouldn't, you know, have that option, but I use the option instead of just giving all of my money away. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? If you could utilize those workers instead of American workers, you're cheaper, whatever, I'm going to do it. It shouldn't be there, but I'm going to do, like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Perez said, nobody knows anything better than Donald. Yo, I got a liberal chat. Why my chat so liberal, bro? Like, what's up with that? Steven said, people need training, though, for sure. Tracy said they want to destroy him.
Nice of Trump to back his co-president Elon Musk this time. Not that it helped much, as Musk seems to have backed down. He now calls our legal immigration system broken. And in one sense, you know, there's a bunch of weirdos online fighting with each other.
Christian Bedwig said Trump.
You know, it's a day ending a Y. But these people, I mean, the guy who's about to be president, the world's richest man, they're about to be in power. They're going to be making decisions. If this fight was any indication, this fractured coalition is not going to make governing that easy for them when they get in power. McKay Coffin's the staff writer for The Atlantic and author of Romney, A Reckoning. Charlie Dent is a former Republican congressman of Pennsylvania, and they join me now. McKay, I thought of you because about a month ago, you and I had a conversation on my podcast, Why Is This Happening? The main theme of which was, yes, this coalition was successful politically. Yes, they won, and they will control the House and the Senate and the presidency. But there are deep internal, real, genuine factions and fights and tensions ideologically. And
bro, this dude can't even like make sense to me, bro. Let's see what
The H-1B visa program is a total and complete scam concocted by the lords of easy money on Wall Street and the oligarchs in Silicon Valley. The citizens in this country are what provided the platform for you nerds even to exist. We're not going to take the temperature down. We're not going to take the temperature down. Oh no, oh no, oh no. We do not, it's no backing down, it's doubling down.
Look, Luis Perez said blacks for Trump is like turkeys for Thanksgiving. Look, bro. When you're black, hold on, let me show you something. I found something out, bro. Hold up real quick. Let me tell you what I found out, Perez. Shout out to you, Thug Life. You know what I'm saying? I found out when I looked at my birth certificate, it did not say Democrat on there. That's what I found out. I've been led to believe that. It didn't say it. I'm like, oh. It don't say that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Well, now the big question is, how will Steve Bannon respond to Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump has weighed in on this giant debate within the MAGA base in regard to H-1B visas. These are work visas for high-skilled foreign workers that are typically hired by tech companies. Silicon Valley has taken a lot of advantage of that program. And so in speaking...
They have taken a lot of advantage of that program, for real.
With the New York Post, Donald Trump said, I have many H-1B visas on my properties. I have been a believer in H-1B. I have used it many times. It's a great program.
Yeah. Hey, Trudy said, no, Trump is saying American first. A lot of young Americans need jobs. Yeah. Like, and a lot of these liberals don't even understand like what liberal ideology has kind of been like saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand, like, they're for immigration. Like when you seen Kamala Harris do the interview on the Univision, she literally pandered. This lady was like, oh, my mom and dad came here illegally, right? And then she worked to help her dad get his legal citizenship status. But her mom died before she could do that, and she died of an illness, right? And then the lady was like, well, what are you going to do to make sure people that are here illegally get the health care that they deserve? And Kamala was like placating this girl. Instead of telling this girl, well, you know, if she had like an illness and she couldn't get treated at the hospital, she needed to go back to where she's from and go to the hospital and get that treated. Instead of her saying that, she placated that girl. The lady had the nerve to say that to a vice president of the United States. Hey, I'm sorry, man, but y'all was here illegally. Thug life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your mom and dad, good, you helped your dad get his legal citizenship, but he should have got his citizenship or started applying for it before he got here. They should have said that. You know what I'm saying? No, but I just so y'all know, you know, I respect all parties, but no, over here, like High Rock, you know what I'm saying? I don't get like super political all the time on my channel. I don't be doing that. High Rock, I don't have Democrat written on my birth certificate. No, I like working and earning my way in life. You see what I'm saying? Not begging the government for anything. I don't like overblown government. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that at all. They're not, government is not your friend. Why do you think like when they created the country, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, all of that, like, why do you think they put certain things in place? You know what I mean? Like the right to bear arms. Why do you think they did that? Because they knew the government would start doing what it's doing now. It's becoming too big. You know what I mean? It's becoming big and trying to control everything, every aspect of your life and all. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not for big government at all. No.
Now, to be clear, Trump is confusing the visas that he utilizes in hiring workers for his properties. He's using a different type of visa entirely. I'll explain what that is.
The new generation is hard to get people work. People don't want to work. Perez says, just because we don't like Trump doesn't mean we're liberal, buddy. Why don't you like Trump? Like, when the funny thing, bro, hey, DM me and on Twitter with your number. I might call you on here. Why? Because I want to know, why don't you like him? Like, what did he do to you? He made it easier for you to earn money during his presidency. You don't like that? Liberals come in, they start like creating more red tape and, you know what I'm saying, talking about raising taxes and doing all. You like that? Do you like that interest rates got to like 7%? You like that? Like when you were trying to buy, you know, if you needed to buy a car, having an 800 credit score meant nothing. If you needed to buy a house, like try to buy a house now. I bought my house under Trump, 4.25 interest rate. You can't get nowhere close to that now. You like this? You like going to the grocery store, and I see all y'all liberals be complaining on y'all TikToks, all of that thug life y'all do. Y'all be sitting there whining and complaining, talking about, oh, groceries cost too much. But then when the election cycle come, I see who y'all voting for. Y'all voting for people this is happening during their administration. What is wrong? Because you don't like Trump? Why? oh, he's racist. How? And I'll be sitting there like, how is he? He invites a lot of black people to the White House. Ice Cube said he was the only one willing to talk to him about like trying to figure out a plan for reparations for blacks and things. Like he said, the Democratic Party didn't even want to do that. Y'all remember when Ice Cube just got like the hip hop culture was turning on him because he said that Trump was the only one willing to talk to him? Trump's wife is not white. Like, how is he racist? Like, what are y'all saying? Like, during his administration, I felt so much progress. Businesses was happy. They paying out bonuses if you work in certain type of jobs and what. They was comfortable. Like, what is you saying? Like, how? Why are so many black people voting for him if he's racist? You know what's kind of racist to me? Thinking we all black people need welfare. That ain't really a good way of thinking, because we don't. Well, we need Section 8. And guess what? The people who created the Section 8 and all of that, like, oh, the black man got to be out the household or incentivized to be out of the household. And then we want to complain about, blacks not having, fathers in the house and all of that. Who did that? It ain't Trump. I don't think that was the Republicans. What y'all saying?
Just a minute, but the debate right now centers on H-1B visas, which focus on high-skilled.
And Marco Wright said promotes laws that hurt minorities. What are you talking about? Do you know the laws that Joe Biden was advocating for? Do you know what the crime bill is? Thug life, Bill Clinton and all that. Do you know what that is? Targeting minorities. What are you saying? You are making absolutely no sense right now. Do you know what the First Step Act is? Donald Trump was an advocate for the First Step Act that got people out of jail that was in jail over the crime bill. Or help to free people who was being wrongfully put in situations that they wouldn't been put in because of that crime bill. So how is he what are you talking about? The Democrats have done that. You know how many black people Trump didn't let out of jail? When he could have used that pardon for white people? What are you talking about? Biden sitting here pardoning Hunter Biden. That should be in jail. Not only did he pardon him, he gave him a unconditional pardon. What did that last up to 8-9 years from whatever he did 8-9 years ago? What are you saying? Trump ain't never do nothing like that. When they were going after freedom of speech, right? Kamala Harris was saying now reacting to mad videos of her saying this on TikTok. TikTok needs, not TikTok, Twitter. Twitter needs to be removed because there's no government oversight over the messages that are going on over Twitter. Twitter. Why is she saying that? Why were we reacting to videos of, what's her name? Thug Life, Hillary Clinton saying the same thing. And we're reacting to videos of John Kerry saying the same thing. I thought they liked free speech. They didn't. Why was the government trying to get Trump deplatformed on Twitter? When the Twitter files got released. Why was that going down? Why were Republicans being silenced? You advocate for that party? You and Eminem and all of these people that claim that they like free speech got problems. Trump wants to reverse what they've been doing. You know, TikTok's been informing a lot of Americans about what's been going on in America. They don't like that. What did they do? Implement legislation to get rid of TikTok. TikTok is fighting right now to stay alive. January, 19th? They gotta go. Who did that? So now all these social media companies are playing ball because they're scared that's going to happen to them under this Biden regime. So how are you advocating for any of that?
Workers who are typically hired as engineers or to work in IT in Silicon Valley. These are people who have specialized skills. The types of foreign workers that Donald Trump hires for his properties are typically those who have H-2B and H-2A visas, and those are for, unskilled labor, right? Agricultural workers and, low-skilled workers to do, work on Mar-a-Lago and other properties like that. I'll get more specific about that in just a minute. But it's really interesting to see how this is playing out, Cenk, because famously, Donald Trump has been anti-immigrant, but he has always kind of had that caveat of wanting to bring in immigrants who are high skilled and who he feels are going to contribute to American society.
And don't let people like Rosie O'Donnell brainwash you.
And I remember in his first term, he had a conversation with Steve Bannon about it. And Steve Bannon is anti-immigration, period. He's a hardliner. That's what you heard in the compilation clip in the beginning. And so that debate just kind of went away in the first term. But now it's back because Elon Musk has the president-elect's ear. And he has benefited from foreign workers coming in and working at Tesla and things like that. There are problems with the H-1B visa program. I'll get to that in just a minute. But I'm curious what you think about this internal disagreement.
So I think this is absolutely critical, and it has very little to do with the H-1B visas. It has to do with this internal civil war, and whoever wins that, and it might be messy, and it might not be that one side wins definitively for 4 years. It might rock back and forth. We'll see how it plays out. But that's the major story here. The fact that Steve Bannon and Elon Musk are in an all-out brawl, and Trump has to figure out who to side with, is an amazing story.
Bro,
and
I honestly feel like Rosie O'Donnell. Somebody got to be brainwashing these people. These people make absolutely no sense, bro. It's just literal insanity, bro. How the stuff they be advocating. Let me show y'all something, bro.
And the fact that it's not.
Let me show you these crazy people be advocating for it. Let me because I just want to show I'm not making this up, right? What is Kamala Harris saying right here? Listen to.
Privileges and it should be taken down, and he has lost his privileges and it should be taken down, and the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly.
She's saying that Twitter needs to be taken down because they're not understanding their power, right? Listen.
Sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
So I just wanted to play that. So YouTube, I'm not lying. She said this. Let's run it again because this person in the comment section does not understand words. Listen to what she's saying.
He has lost his privileges and it should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
You heard her. What is Hillary Clinton saying?
The platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm. But if
Hey, Democrats, y'all like free speech? Listen to what the Democrats are saying.
If the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
If they do not moderate the content, they lose total control. This is what Hillary Clinton just said. I just wanted to play that so nobody can be like, oh, he's lying. He's saying lies. They just said it. I just played the videos and them saying it. BC says, Steven, I wish people would just have a real conversation about what they don't like instead of just bash people and spout the same phrases of lies they are told. And then Christian Medwood said, bottom line, all these politicians are crazy. Like Christian Medwood, did you know that she said stuff like that? And the John Kerry speech, oh Lord. We don't want to get into that. No, somebody said, why can't I message? You can message, like I'm watching you right here. DG says, Steven, you are probably younger and haven't learned there's no such thing as having your hands registered. Cole said, everybody knows you are not lying, Piper. I'm not. Like, I'm not lying.
Most law enforcement has about 40 million or more encounters every single year with citizens. If you remove qualified immunity, I'm telling you this right now, because
that's about qualified immunity. But yeah, man. Yeah.
Absolutely clear which one is right.
Let's see what they talking about on Fox News, bro. I was today years old when I realized Fox News is actually telling the truth. I can't believe Fox been the one telling me the truth the whole time. The Democrats been capping.
Well, Biden couldn't help but take a cheap shot at President-elect Donald Trump.
President Trump to take from President Carter?
Decency. And that's not his only grievance. Joe Biden told the public that he has no regrets, but behind closed doors, he's full of them. The big guy regrets dropping out of the 2024 race and thinks he could have beat Trump if his own party hadn't shoved him out the door. He's also furious that his lawfare was a dud. Quote, in private, Biden has also said he should have picked someone other than Merrick Garland as Attorney General, complaining about the Justice Department's slowness under Garland in prosecuting Trump and its aggressiveness in prosecuting Biden's son, Hunter. But Joe isn't the only one with regrets. His friends in the liberal media now feel bad, covering up his obvious cognitive decline. Watch.
Let's watch some, let's watch some lefties losing it.
If I were
y'all be cracking me up, bro. Let's watch some of this real quick before we get out of here.
If I were
Hollywood, more than one star will feature in today's top 5 lefties losing it meltdowns of the week. Coming in at number 5 is Sharon Stone, proving that wisdom does not always come with age. Some folk just get dumber and double down on the breathtaking ignorance. Here she is in Italy, mouthing off about the election result.
You know, Italy has seen fascism. Italy has seen these things. You guys, you understand what happens. You have seen this before. Americans who don't travel, who 80% don't have a passport.
Did this lady just say 80% of Americans do not have passports? Has she lost her mind? Yo, this is what happens when you let Sharon Stone, that's famous for crossing her lip. You know what I'm saying? This 80% of Americans do not have passports. Lord, y'all lefties, bro.
Who are uneducated, are in their extraordinary naivete.
Oh, she's not just bitter and hateful. She's also as dumb as a box of rocks. And that line about 80% of Americans not having a passport is a myth. Around 1 in 2 Americans have a passport. Maybe she was mixing America up with Japan, where only about 20.
You know, she is crazy, man. 80% of Americans don't have passports.
% of citizens have a passport. Now, let's get to number 4. I love nothing more than watching lefties turn on each other. And in the aftermath of Kamala's humiliating loss, we have the old guard, the veteran Democrats like strategist James Carville, turning on the young progressives.
Not only am I not interested in your opinion, I'm not even going to call you by your name. You're 23 years old. I don't really give a what you think. If I were running a 2028 campaign and I had some little snot-nosed 23-year-old saying I'm going to resign if you don't do this, not only would I fire that on the spot, I would find out who hired them and fire that person on the spot. I'm really not interested in your uninformed, stupid, jackass opinion.
He's I'm warming to him, I've got to say. A few philosophies there we can pick up. Now, another Hollywood simpleton who is not handling the election result well is Alec Baldwin. He had this to say about his countrymen.
Americans are very uninformed about reality, what's really going on with climate change.
Isn't this the dude that like capped somebody on a movie set? And y'all was like lobbying for him to be free, and now he on a platform talking about y'all uninformed. Y'all, this is funny, man.
Ukraine, Israel, you name it, all the biggest topics in the world.
But Alec is positively euphoric when compared to actress and former View host Rosie O'Donnell, who has completely lost the plot. She comes in at number 2 on the week's biggest lefty meltdowns.
But it's hard to avoid it when it's so blatantly obvious when you look at the parallels that we have been here before as a world. When democracy falls, fascism takes its place, right? Capitalism. And it's come.
Yes, democracy has been defeated by democracy. Trump's landslide victory.
Democracy has been defeated by democracy. That is hilarious. Rita be catching them, bro. She be clapping at them, man. Rosie O'Donnell is nutty, man.
It somehow signals the end of democracy and the rise of fascism. These people are so hopelessly broken, but there was one clear standout this week. The number one lefty losing it was the woman who squandered more than $1 billion to lose the Electoral College, the Senate, the House, the popular vote, and whose staff clearly hate her. Because why would they have her film this and then release it?
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did.
Why did they do that to her? Everything from the hideous backdrop there looked like the curtains of a cheap motel on the highway, to the VP's own appearance, to the contents of the message. Hostage videos I've seen are more joyful than that. The whole thing was a
Why would they allow this to even like air? Like, y'all liberals
experienced anything
out, man.
Now it's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's have some fun looking at reactions to Donald Trump's extraordinary win. The red wave has cometh, and the lefties are, well, they're giving me too much content.
I'm sorry. No. Why?
What?
I'm sorry. No. Why?
Look, it's fair to say she's not handling it well. As for this next lass, I'm not sure where she is today.
I swear to God, if you idiots elect that demented man, I will burn this whole place to the ground.
And this woman is too old to be this stupid, but sadly, leftism and TDS can leave the sufferer delirious, delusional, and dangerously stupid.
You voted for a racist, a rapist, a dictator.
Look, it's fair to say she's not shocked by reality, so out of touch with their fellow Americans. Well, it could be because they consume the type of media I'm about to show you now. Here are some of our favourite media leftists who were convinced that Donald Trump was toast, that Kamala was going to win, and win easily.
In my humble view, lights out. Please welcome back the next president of the United States.
They thought Kamala Harris was going to be the next president of the United States.
There are going to be those Republicans that just vote for Harris.
It'll be tied on election day, as always it will. The polls will be tied, and then he'll lose.
You call us trash? Oh, J.D. Vance, you just stepped up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin.
I would say take Harris over 270 electoral votes. Let these fools in these crypto markets do something. Let them drive the betting line into a favorable place and then take advantage of it. That's what I would do. I think she's going to win.
You wrote Trump is toast. Do you stand behind that today?
Oh, even more so. I feel the same way that I felt a few weeks ago that Trump is toast.
And they're not taking the loss well. Here is Sunny Hostin of The View lashing out at white women without college degrees.
What we did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men actually voting more for him.
Those awful women and Latino men, how dare they think for themselves? By the way, the exit polls showed that the majority of married men, unmarried men and married women voted for Trump. It was the unmarried women who backed Kamala. What was it that J.D. Vance said about that group? And Sunny also made some absurd claims about losing her civil rights. The desperation to be a victim is strong in this one.
I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me,
how does anybody have less? Yeah. Perez, this is crazy. She said that her daughter has less rights than she has. And she's sitting on a syndicated, or I should say a very popular show, making millions of dollars. And her daughter has less rights than she has.
many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So
when did Trump take away civil rights, bro? This is crazy.
Oh, again, I'm profoundly disturbed.
And the perpetually aggrieved ladies of The View also want greater censorship. They want to curb free speech on social media so a Democrat never loses again.
It would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations of social media.
It's not gonna get any better with Elon Musk now in the administration.
Now to MSNBC's Joy Reid, who is always having a normal one. Here she claims that Florida is a fascist state.
It's a pure Project 2025 in miniature in Florida, and that kind of extreme, sort of extremist, right-wing, fascist type government in Florida, does that make it a more attractive place?
Oh dear, and if you're in the habit of consuming media like that, then you may react like this when Donald Trump has a landslide victory.
We may not have rights tomorrow.
She said We may not have rights tomorrow. Like what?
Disney Plus.
Yo, bro. Like, look at this dude crying, bro. These Kamala men crying.
Down. I don't know how to.
I can't play the music. I don't have that license that they have. But that's crazy. That is insane.
Jokester, this is superb work.
I'm literally shaking right now. I'm a trans woman with a baby on the way. What am I gonna do?
Yo, what? He gotta be trolling. He said, he is trolling, bruh. Rita, man, Rita, he gotta be trolling.
But the best reaction goes to this jokester. This is superb work.
Yeah.
I'm literally shaking right now. I'm a trans woman with a baby on the way. What am I gonna do? Keep it?
Now, that was parody. I'm not sure if this next video is. I suspect it could be real. It's hard to tell nowadays.
I can't believe Trump's actually going to win this fucking thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so up. God damn it.
And here is another white dude for Kamala, or is it a work of satire?
What the hell? You cannot be serious. How did I wake up to this garbage as my president? That's right, garbage. I went to bed last night and she was ahead. I woke up to this freaking nightmare. Donald Trump? How? Does America have this many Nazi, Hitler following pieces of trash?
Let's end lefties with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, pretending she's some heroine in a Nazi film. Here she warns that we're about to enter a period of fascism.
Yo, what is going?
So
Hold
scared.
up. What is going on with Sky News Australia? Like, that's Rita from. Like, where is Rita at, bro? Y'all need to bring her back ASAP. She had Sky News Australia lit.
Say peers in history of mass movements of people that mobilize to protect one another in times of fascism and authoritarianism. And this is the era that we are poised to enter.
Joining me now is Batia Unga-Sargon, Newsweek Deputy Opinion Editor and author of Second Class, How the Elites Betrayed America's Working Men and Women. And Batia, you nailed it in your book. You explained the Trump phenomenon, and it's time for Lefties Losing It. Here is a lefty well and truly losing it, claiming that telling him you're voting for Donald Trump is among the most dehumanizing things you can do. The narcissism, the entitlement here is off the charts.
Oh, I'm not transphobic, but what exactly? You're about to tell me the most dehumanizing thing I've ever heard you believe about trans people? You're about to tell me you're voting for Trump? You're about to tell me that you don't think trans women should use the women's bathroom? If you need to put a disclaimer and that but, maybe keep that thought to yourself. Maybe let's try and think of another thought.
Fake nails until eyeshadow don't make you a woman. XX chromosomes do. I don't write the rules. Talking about entitled and narcissistic, check out this British lady having an almighty meltdown because a polite driver called her Miss. You see, she doesn't identify as Miss.
I'm telling you, it's a frigging problem.
And I'm saying to you, thank you, miss. And then all of a sudden you start to be angry.
Why would you say thank you, miss? I don't.
Because I'm trying to be polite.
But how do you know I identify as a miss? I might be a miss.
Identify?
I might be something else.
I don't know what.
Oh man, like all of this gender stuff is just giving. Like some people are just argumentative, man. They just want to find a reason to argue with you. And now there's so many like new reasons to argue with people. Just saying miss. This is crazy, man.
asking for identification ID. I'm just saying thank you,
Well, I
miss.
think it was disrespectful.
How is it disrespectful?
Because you don't know me. I've literally just got in your cab.
Yeah, and you said nice car, and then I say thank you, miss.
5 minutes.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
call me miss when it's not your place, is it? You're
It's
not
not-
family. You're not a friend.
But I'm trying to be polite, saying thank you, miss.
Well, I don't think that's polite. I think that's disrespectful.
Disrespectful to what?
To me.
How is it disrespectful for
How
you?
do you know I identify as anything?
What do you mean, identify?
You know, like gender.
Gender?
Yeah.
What do you mean
I
by
might
gender?
be a they.
A they? No, you're that. You're
I
a
might
woman.
be-
You're a woman over here. I can see you're my eyes.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So that makes it okay.
Okay for what? You give me complimenting,
So
and then
if I were to say
I
to
give you thanking.
If I would say to you, thank you, mister, do you
Yes.
think that's all right? You
Of
don't
course.
think that sounds disrespectful?
Usually people in England using English, they say sir. So maybe you say sir. I don't know.
Yeah, but like, how long is her vacation? She need to get off vacation, bro.
Mister is okay, but maybe you don't have educations, or maybe you only say Mister.
So
I don't
now-
know.
Okay.
That poor dude isn't paid enough to put up with that craziness. It's so crazy that I'm suspecting it's some sort of a setup, but these people do actually exist. Now, crazy sums up this next clip. Mother, I hate this.
No, Sam, that's not how we do it. Let me show you how we take care of the creature. Let me show you how we take care of the creature.
What?
Get up! Get up! Get up! That's how it's done. Yeah! Okay, calm down.
How clever to destroy your own property. Yeah, that's really going to show BB who's boss. Now, you have to give Charlie Kirk credit here. Not only does he go to college campuses and seeks to have dialogue with the lefties, but he manages to keep his cool and his manners, even when the lefties are as obnoxious and odious as this next dude who asks him what drug he's going to overdose on if Trump loses.
When Kamala wins and when you go into
So somebody said they don't like subscribers only mode. We just got 60 subscribers within 15 minutes of me doing that. Before I did that, we got 70 subscribers in an hour and a half. So subscribers only mode, you might not like it, but it's probably a good thing to do.
and expire with everything you've worked for, Kamala's around you. What illicit you can overdose on?
So if Trump wins, what are you going to do to yourself?
I don't know. Probably move to the Netherlands. I don't want to deal with them. Can you answer the question though? Snowflake?
I hope that
answer the question, Snowflake.
I hope Trump wins. Kamala might win.
And I got what was it, 32,000 subscribers in a little over a month, and that's with subscribers only mode. You might not like it, but I do.
That's Jen.
Let me tell you what happens. So let me tell you what happens. If Kamala Harris wins, which she might, unlike you, I will not flee my country. I will go back to work the next day if Kamala Harris wins. And you might be right. Kamala might win. It might be too much. But I'll be able to look my daughter and my son in the eye and say I did everything I possibly could to make sure that this country remained free and prosperous for you guys, and that I gave it all on the line.
Good luck with that, buddy. Come on.
He said, "Oh, I get it because some will, but some of those will drop off, and some will." Yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't mind like people trolling or any stuff like that. Like you can subscribe and troll. I don't really care about that. It's just that sometimes I want to like speak to people if I see something being said in the comments, like early on in the live, like and then midway through the live, all of that. Like I was talking to a lot of people, like in the chat, and some people were not subscribed that I was talking to. So it's like, I don't think that's fair because people who really rock with me on the channel, like, you know what I'm saying, or subscribe to whatever, like, I like this video right here has got like 83,000 views, right? So I'm talking to people that's not even subscribed. You know what I mean? They can come in and say something, they're going to leave. So it's, I'd rather just like talk to people that subscribed. And, and even people subscribe, if you've been on this channel, like they have opposing opinions of me. Just because they subscribe don't mean they agree the same thing.
Sweep! Kamala sweep!
See, this is what happens when you don't discipline your children. Imagine hiring that dude one day. Now to a young woman who doesn't need a job. She didn't even need school. She was too busy gallivanting around the world, telling presidents and prime ministers how to run their countries. And now Greta Thunberg is here to tell us why her anti-Israel crusade is linked to climate change.
In Palestine and all over the world.
Yeah, she got like a music license. We're not doing that.
Nonsense. Just about every word she utters there is devoid of sense, facts. But remember, that didn't stop several world.
Kenneth Bobbier, he said one of the reasons why I listen is because you interact with us. And it's just, you know, I don't like Kenneth. I don't like content creators, and I get it. But like that, just I be seeing people showing them love, like super chatting them and stuff, and they still, bro, they be sending these people like $100 super chats fit, and they just be ignoring them, and they just keep sending them money and they ignore them. Like even if people don't send money, I still like communicate and talk to people because I feel like, you know, if people are supporting you, you want to like at least show that you see them. Like DJ Academics and people like that, right? Like he will ignore you. I literally watched one person give him like $500 and he just ignored him and subscribed. Like, and he would ignore him. Like he sits there ignoring you. Like I've seen like a lot of people do that. They ignore it. And like even Amala, like Ekapunk P, whatever her name is, she be ignoring her chat. They be sending like she will make like $600 in super chats in like 30 minutes and she'll ignore everybody. And I get it, but that, you know, and I asked like somebody, tell me like, why y'all be ignoring the chat when they be sending you money? It's like, that's why they send you money, to get your attention. So keep ignoring them, they'll keep sending you money. But I don't want to do that. I'll talk to people anyway. Like, but that's how the psyche works. It's like, oh, to get attention, send money. But I'll talk to people anyway, whether or not they send money or not. You know what I'm saying? If I see a comment that's worth me talking about.
Leaders from allowing that simpleton's activism and the climate cult to damage their energy security, and with it,
somebody said Rita is very attractive. I think Rita, like her personality is just super cool. Like if you had like a woman that was this smart and like funny, you would be crazy happy. You know, so I think that's what her personality is selling her.
Their economies and the prosperity of their people. And far from destroying the natural environment, Israel plants millions of trees every year. In fact, in 1948, they only had...
and Star shouts me out. Star Report, he shouts me out all the time. Like, and if you've seen it, he's done it a lot. Maybe he's the reason why, like, you know, a lot of my views have been going up and stuff. I don't know. He shouts me out a lot. But he talks to you like when you give him money. Like he will not like respond to nobody unless he's getting a super chat or Cash App or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he built this platform off of. I'm not saying it's wrong. This is what he does. You know, but
around 2%
of see, and then you've got like a person like this, right? Acoustic. Academics might read one or two comments in a whole live, right for like an hour. He might read like only a couple comments, and this dude is down here saying Ack reads his comments. I literally watched like 3 or 4 like right when the whole Drake and like all of that was going on, and like he's talking about Kendrick and all of, bro, this dude he don't be reading comments like that, and he's just he be reading comments like, bro, he barely reads comments. What are you saying? Like, y'all just be trying to say the opposite. That's why I shouldn't read comments. You know, but a real human, not a lizard person, said Iranian Persia hasn't existed in over 150 years.
Of the country covered in trees. Now that figure is around 8.5%. You'd think Greta and the Greenies would be happy about that. Now to a young lady who needs Jesus. Like, seriously.
I love killing babies. I love it.
But she crazy. But like Kai Cenk reads comments. Like he get a lot. It's hard to like keep up with him. And I see like I was in one of his lives before. Like he got a lot of comments, but he be reading them.
Jesus will come. We have to give her the word.
I've had like 45 abortions, and I'm going to keep having them.
To Fox News now, and watch here.
But I gotta go, y'all. I gotta finish doing some work around the house. I appreciate everybody for coming in. Christian Medwig, King Fire, Kenneth Bobbier, Base 2, appreciate you. DGA, like I see you, you know what I'm saying? Think Mega TV, Danny Dollars, you know, all of y'all, you know what I'm saying, that's been coming in here. Even the trolls, man. And shout out to Lori, BC, Big T, I see you in here. Center 13, like all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I'm out, y'all. Come and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you left wing, you left wing, you right wing, you right wing, you're independent. Think for yourself. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? I don't think I have liberal on my birth certificate. And, you know, I may think differently than people sometimes. Like, you know, I'm not intentionally trying to upset people, but, you know, sometimes people, they don't like people's opinions. And, you know, I think this is a good forum. If you don't agree, I've read a lot of comments of people that don't agree with me this live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will read your comment. You could troll you. I'm not one of these people, like, because I could easily just put something in here, a disclaimer before you start commenting, like, oh, be very polite. I don't do that. Like, troll, do what you want. Like, say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that.